Breaking news, folks. Looks like MiLaysia Fulwiley is going to enter the transfer portal and leave Dawn Staley in South Carolina women's basketball. So this pretty much marks the end of coaching. And it's not that dire, it's not that serious, but I'm speaking it from a standpoint of nobody wants to be coached anymore. Everybody wants to be coached to their liking. You're not supposed to like your coaches. You're supposed to trust that they are in it for your betterment. Now, it doesn't always end up like that. There are a lot of people out there for various different reasons, and there are a lot of bad coaches, just like there are a lot of good coaches. But at the end of the day, athletes had a code. I'm playing for the guy next to me. So if everybody on the team says that, everybody's playing for everybody. It's not a I, it's a we. Yes, you're going to have some individual talent. Yes, you're going to have some people that stand up more than others. That's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the game. That's how in some cases you win or lose. You do have clear cases of this person is so much better than these people, or these two people are so much better than everybody else. You have situations like that. I thought MiLaysia Fulwiley had a ton of talent, but I do know this. Dawn Staley has won multiple national championships. Dawn Staley went undefeated winning a national championship. So she knows what it takes to win a national championship. She knows what to do, and more importantly, she knows what not to do. A good example in that game, in the championship game against UConn, like she been doing all year, and I am one that has been complaining. Why isn't MiLaysia Fulwiley starting? How come she ain't in the starting lineup? Why is she coming off the bench? And all I can say is I'm gonna trust that Dawn Staley knows what she's doing, because Dawn Staley don't want to lose. When you see this, you see everybody jumping in the portal. Is it about money? Let's keep that a buck. Is it really about money? MiLaysia Fulwiley's got a chance to go wherever she's going and get her bag. She got her chip already. So maybe that takes a little bit of the shine off of it, because she's been to the mountaintop. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in her head. I'm sure she's going to put out some quick cryptic tweet and try to explain it and thank everybody at South Carolina and Dawn Staley. But at the end of the day, she gone. Nobody want to stay together no more. Everybody want to take their ball and go home. I said this the other day. Shout out to Brooklyn on my perspective. And what I said was mental health is the crutch for mental toughness. There are people that are going through a lot of mental health issues, but everything is not a mental health issue. Sometimes it takes mental toughness to just deal with some bad shit, just to deal with things that are not going your way. That is what's supposed to happen as an athlete. It ain't supposed to go your way. You're supposed to fight through it. That's one of the prerequisites of being a top tier athlete. It's going to be some shit that comes your way that ain't fair, that ain't right. It wasn't supposed to happen to you. And you are supposed to fight your way through it as an athlete. You ask any pro athlete in any sport, soccer, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, golf, whatever. Every professional athlete has been through some shit, and they had to get through it. They've been embarrassed. They've been bloodied. They've been discounted. Nobody thought they were any good. Nobody recruited them. Now, all of that, you can throw any story in there that you want. Every athlete at the top level has been through some shit, and they had the mental toughness to go through it anyways. They had the stick-to-itiveness, the wherewithal, they had the grit and the grind to power their way through bad situations, and they came out on the other side better than everybody else. And we don't have that no more these days. And again, let me reiterate, MiLaysia Fulwiley is electric. She is very good. Do I think she probably should have been starting? Yes. But obviously, and again, this is where you go through the trust. Obviously, Dawn Staley saw something that we didn't see, because Dawn Staley's in there in practice with the girl every day. And this is once again where you gotta put it on the shoulders of people that you trust. How many people was praising Dawn Staley when she went undefeated? I still don't think she got enough props. They didn't give her enough of her flowers for that. Dawn Staley, Gina Auriemma, Kim Mulkey, Pat Summit when she was still alive, and you name any coach. When they win, everybody got all the praises for her. So all of a sudden, when she losing, she don't know what she looking for. She don't know what she talking about. She don't know how to coach. Nah, it just don't go away. Things just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. The mental toughness is something that is lacking in today's athletes. And it's not just MiLaysia, it's everywhere. Olivia Miles, gone. MiLaysia, gone. All these other is so many athletes, I can't even name them all. They jump and ship. When the going gets tough, the tough get in the transfer portal. That's what it seems like these days because everybody's doing it. Now it's is this AAU all over again, except now you're getting paid? We're just gonna put the best team together and see how it works. And you leaving it up to the athletes to choose which team they want to go to. So I hope she got her bag. Depending on where she ends up, I don't know if she's gonna be any good at that new spot. I don't know if Olivia Miles is gonna be any good at TCU. And when I say any good, they still good. They still great basketball players. But are they gonna have a team together that's gonna be able to achieve the ultimate goal? Dawn Staley is a big away, in my opinion. They didn't lose that game. UConn just was the better team, period. UConn was the better team. MiLaysia's a star, but UConn was the buzzsaw this year, just like LSU was a couple of years ago, just like South Carolina was last year. I don't know what's going to happen with these athletes. This NIL is I was all for, like I would say, the NCAA is responsible for this because they pimped athletes out for decades, and they reaped everything. They took all of the money, and now you had an opportunity when you finally give these kids the money, and just like normally what happens when you give kids a lot of money, they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to act. My outlook is changing a little bit. I want to see those schools who've had kids stay there for 2 and 3 years, and they are juniors and seniors. Those are the teams that I want to watch. I don't want to see everybody getting the best, conglomerate of players together. If I want to see that, I'll go watch AAU. We'll be watching to see where MiLaysia, where she ends up. And then I'm telling you what, I said this when I talked about my video about Olivia Miles. Next year, the NCAA women's game is going to be crazy, and everybody's going to be watching because everybody wants to see what these teams are going to look like. I'm saying it now, May 11th. I want to see how many times TCU is going to be on TV next year. I want to see how many times UConn is going to be on TV next year. All of these teams and all of these players that are transferring, let's see how they shake out and where they end up. And then next year, we're going to see how many times those teams are on television.